what regrets would you have in your life? Is there something that you'd want to change about your life? What would
Zero.
that be?
None. Here's why. I'm asked this question a lot. If I could change anything, what would I change? Answer, absolutely nothing. I have a degree in mathematics, right? Where am I now and where did I start? The odds of me starting there and ending up where I am were 1,000,000 to 1 against, right? Anything I changed, would it make things better or worse? The odds of it making things better, it would probably make things worse. And the other thing, here's something about failure. I've made millions of mistakes. If you eliminate the failure, you eliminate everything you learn from the failure. See, that works two ways. You can't eliminate the failure and eliminate everything you learn from the failure. Much of what we learn in life, we learn when we fail. The only people that don't fail don't try. And the way to avoid failure is never try.
Yes. Yeah, and I think that also is because sometimes you feel that maybe if you won't do it, then you will not fail and you feel bad about it. But I think the odds of making it may be less, but the returns are obviously much more. So in terms of like you've gone through so many, I'm sure you must have done so many transitions. How do you change yourself? What is it that you do to kind of transform? I'm sure you must have been a different person 20 years back and now. So what do you think? What is the process you follow to change yourself?
Well, I mean, I'll teach you a very simple process that everyone listening, it takes 3 minutes a day, 3 minutes, costs nothing. It'll help people get better at almost anything. Some people are skeptical. 3 minutes a day, costs nothing, help me get better at almost anything. Ridiculous, too good to be true. Half the people that start doing this quit within 2 weeks. And they don't quit because it does not work. They quit because it does work. This is incredibly easy to understand, incredibly difficult to do. Anybody tells me this is easy to do has never done it. It's never done it. All you have to do is get out a little spreadsheet and write down a series of questions that represent what's most important in your life. Health, friends, family, weight, exercise, writing, anything. Every question has to be answered with a yes, no, or a number. 7 boxes across, one for every day of the week. Fill it out every day. At the end of the week, you get a report card. I will warn your listeners in advance. The report card at the end of the week will not be as beautiful as the corporate values plaque you see stuck up on the wall. You see, you left one thing out of my introduction. I have the ability to screw something up every day. I'm impressed with my ability on a daily basis to screw something up. Well, if you do this process, you get to look at it every day. And it's not that pretty.
Yeah, I did go through those questions, and I think very simple questions, but very tough every day. If you ask yourself, did you really do what you wanted to do?
Now, Sandeep, let me ask you a question. You read the book, right? Triggers?
Yes.
Did you try the daily questions yourself?
No, I did not.
Coward, coward, coward. Why didn't you try it? You know why? You're a coward. Raise your right hand. Name of Sandeep.
Yeah, but what I did was
but
yeah.
Sandeep, get over this fear of admitting that you're a human being.
Yeah.
We're all cowards. We're all undisciplined. We all need help. The reason you didn't do it was you didn't have the courage to do it. You didn't have the guts because you know what? You're afraid of failing. I can tell you, you're going to fail if you do this every day.
Yeah, it looks horrible when you see that spreadsheet initially.
It's ugly. It's not just ugly initially. It stays ugly.
Yeah.
You think you get perfect when you get old? No. When you get old, you just get old.
Wonderful. What are the questions that you ask yourself every day then? I mean, those.
Well, I'll go through. I have the 6 basic questions I'll talk about later. I'll just give you a few bites. And by the way, if anyone wants all my questions, send me an email, marshall@marshallgoldsmith.com. I'll send you all my questions. One of them is, I asked myself, how many times yesterday did you try to prove you were right when it wasn't worth it? You know, I don't see too many zeros on my scorecard. How about Sandeep? Do you ever try to prove you're right too much when it's not worth it?
All the time, I think so.
How many angry or destructive comments did you make about other people? I don't see so many zeros there. Well, I don't like people stabbing me in the back. Why am I stabbing them in the back?
Yeah.
How many steps did you take? Push-ups, sit-ups, My friend, how many minutes do you write every day? Have you been planning to write more, Sandeep?
No, I write regularly. That's one thing I do. I write 3-4 hours every day.
Oh, so that's good. So you're good at that one.
Yeah.
Good. Well, at least
That's the only thing I'm good at.
at least you're good at one. That's not bad. Better than being good at zero. So that's okay. So anyway, so every day I do. Now, a friend Jim Moore would tell you this saved his life. One of his daily questions is, are you currently updated on your physical exam? So he said, no, every day for 30 days. For the first 90 days, he said no. Then he said, it's embarrassing. I'm failing a test every day. Talk about failing. I'm failing a test every day. And I wrote the question. I'm failing my own test every day. He said, I got to get the exam or quit asking the question. You got the exam. What the doctor say? You have cancer. Now, that was many years ago. He's going to be fine. The doctor said, had you waited 7 more months, you'd have been dead. He knew he should have got the exam. He just didn't do it. Why? Well, you put it off. Well, you hold a mirror in your face, you can't hide. Now, Sandeep, have you ever avoided a physical exam before and told yourself you'd get the exam after you went on the healthy foods diet and the exercise program?
Yeah, I think I have done that. I in fact had a fracture and I refused to go to the doctor to get a surgery done because I just was so scared of the pain, and I was willing to live with the pain. So 7 days with a fractured wrist, I stayed in that, and then eventually I said, okay, I'll go for the surgery.
That's a great example. That's a great example. Look, we're all idiots. Just make peace with that.
You've coached so many people, so many leaders now. Where do you think they get stuck the most? Is it any specific area that you see, a pattern that you see now these days?
I would say